Welcome back. This segment is sponsored by the Thumbs Up Guys. Your child may love yelling shotgun, but is it safe for them in the front seat? Good question. We've got Brandon Dawson and Jeffrey Ward here with more. I know I hear this all the time in my households. What are the rules? What do we say?
Yeah, so with sitting shotgun, we're looking at age and we're looking at weight, right? So if it's technically 13 and older, they can be up there. I believe the weight is at 85 pounds.
I think so, yeah.
And so, not that you're like pulling out the scale every time your kids are going. I like to say, until they're probably, in that middle school, high school age, we want to put them in the back just to be safe. It's because of the airbags, right?
So
the airbags can cause.
How dangerous is that with those airbags and a smaller child in the front seat?
Oh, it can be super dangerous. You think about it, the way the airbag is set up and where it is supposed to deploy, a smaller child, it's like you or me, it hits us in the chest.
Right.
A smaller child, that's a direct contact with their face or their head. And that's the big problem. Other than, we've seen cases where an airbag has broken a small child's ribs, things like that. But if it hits them in the face at that speed and with that much force, it could be, deadly.
All right. And now I know you said we don't need to pull out the scale, but 85 pounds is what they say. So just is height more important? Or
Height's
weight?
definitely more important. I think what the good rule of thumb is if you're buckling up and that seatbelt is, that shoulder strap is coming across and they're kind of hitting them in the neck.
Gotcha.
You're like, all right, you're not quite large enough. It needs to rest comfortably across you. That's really kind of the best rule of thumb that we have. And we tell people, so you're not having to pull out the scale and the ruler to see exactly how tall they are.
But that's a great visual.
Yeah. So you could be, 30 years old and 4'7", and you're like, well, maybe this isn't the safest thing. But you can make your own decision at that point in time.
Gotcha.
We'd again rather people be safe than sorry.
Okay. So let's say someone's child is injured while riding in the front seat during a car accident. How is that settlement amount determined?
Well, it's just like any other. The amount of damages are, the medical bills incurred, pain and suffering, things like that. The real issue, though, is where does the fault lie? Are some of the damages caused by the driver who let that small child sit in the front seat? So now you're dealing with a situation where the wreck may not be your fault at all as the driver, but some of the damages could be your fault due to the negligence of you allowing that child to sit in the front seat. And that's an argument an insurance adjuster, especially for the other car, is going to make all day long. Well, yes, this wreck was bad, but 90% of these damages were caused by the airbag that hit the child in the face. So that's something we find and we're fighting constantly. It's an argument to be made. It's not always a successful argument, but you don't want to give an insurance adjuster or a defense attorney or anyone any extra arrows in their quiver to argue against, what your child has gone through.
And we were just talking about carpooling. If you're the parent driving and you have other children in your car, obviously be very, very aware of that.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, make sure you're communicating with the other parents in there, and put the biggest kid up front.
Kids in the
right?
back. Tiny ones in the back.
I think there's a Bluey episode. I don't know if your kids are probably getting too old for that, but where they talk about if the whole car is full, there's a certain regulation where they can go in the front. And now, obviously, Bluey's filmed in it's an Australian-based one, but I saw that one the other day, and my kids were like, "Oh, we can go in the front." And I was like, "Well, let's check the laws here."
That's an attorney. Don't listen to guys, thank you so much. For someone who wants to reach out to you, has any questions, any concerns about anything, what's the best way to find you?
So they can Google the Thumbs Up Guys. Will pop right up if you do that. InPain.com is our website, or if you can't remember either of those, our phone number is 843-885-8000.
And as always, we have it on the screen right there, InPain.com for more information. Or as you said, just Google the Thumbs Up Guys. We're going to take a break. We've got more Low Country Live right after this.